What's up, everybody? It's Snak Pak. We're getting back in the Bell 407 and Microsoft Flight Simulator today. I'm going to show you several different ways that you can take off in a helicopter. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video where I'm going to show you how you could be the lucky recipient of a $100 Steam gift card. So stay tuned. Alright, so we're here at Ronald Reagan International and we're just going to pick up to a hover and we'll get out to the active runway. It looks like I want to go north, so I think I'm going to hop on this runway. Alright, so we're standing here behind this jumbo jet. And we're going to be taking off, looks like runway 36 here, I believe, or maybe it's 01, I can't tell. So we'll be taking off on this runway, and we're going to do just a constant angle takeoff. Look at that, dude. Oh my dear God. Alright, so we're going to do a constant angle takeoff. Alright, this is where we just want to take off at literally a constant angle. We want to increase our airspeed and altitude simultaneously until we get to our cruise altitude. Alright, so all we're going to do is we're going to add a little left pedal. We're going to know we need a little left pedal to compensate for the torque effect. A little forward cyclic. I'm going to slowly bring in this collective. Slowly bring in the collective, looking outside, and a little bit of forward cyclic. And here we go. We're taking off, we're increasing altitude, we're increasing airspeed, we're overflying this jumbo jet without clearance from tower because I'm a bad boy. And that's it. Now let's look on the torque gauge. It took about 50, well, it's going to go in a little bit transient, around 60% torque in order to make this takeoff happen. Now we just continue this climb out until I get to cruise altitude. Once I get to cruise, we can start setting up trim and setting up our power for whatever cruise airspeed we're looking to obtain. Alright, so now we're just going to load this girl up. We're going to put a whole bunch of weight on her. We're kind of out of max payload limitations here, but that's okay. It'll be for purposes of this demonstration. So I'm going to start adding power now, and you're going to see my torque gauge already at about 70. I'm at 70%. Remember, I took off at 60% earlier with a little lesser payload, but now I'm at over 60. I'm not even off the ground yet, so let me keep pulling in. And right about here, this is about the most power I got. I'm at pretty much max torque right now. I'm not going to be able to take off. I'm just only going to be able to come to a hover, right? Remember, I need about 10-15% more power to take off than I need to just maintain a stable hover here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull my hand off that collective. I would probably keep it on there in real life, but I'm just going to pull off, and I'm going to start coming forward, maintain my runway alignment, and I'm using ground effect now. Using ground effect to my advantage to try to build up airspeed. You can see we're already going pretty quick across the ground. Pushing forward on the cyclic, we go through the transverse flow effect, then we're going to go through effective translational lift. We've already passed all those. And then once you go through ETL, your nose will pop up from blowback, and we just want to keep it going forward. So I'm staying in ground effect, staying as close to the ground as I can without crashing into the ground. I'm already at 80 knots. Now watch, all I do is just pull back on the cyclic a little bit. And we are up. Look at our climb rate. It's at about 1,000 foot per minute rate of climb. Back there on the ground, I couldn't even come up to a hover barely, right? I was at like just a 5-foot hover or so. But since I used that ground effect to my advantage and built up some airspeed, I was able to trade off that airspeed for altitude. And now we're good to go. Alright, so I just took off that crazy payload, and we're going to come over here and try to find, let's see, where's the the Washington Monument's over this way. We're going to go shoot an approach into the White House lawn, and then we'll show you the last type of takeoff we're going to do today. Alright, I've got the White House lawn in sight. A lot of people have been commenting that they have trouble landing this thing. I'll tell you one thing, if you're in VR, it makes it so much easier because you actually get depth perception. Even in multi-million-dollar simulators I've been in for legit helicopter training, it's really hard to get a sense of depth perception in there because it's just a screen. But when you have a VR headset, I guess in one of my earlier videos I kind of botched it a little bit saying that you don't have binocular vision. It's not quite as good as real life, but you do have a sense of binocular vision with this VR headset, and it is pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm just coming in nice and slow. The key is to take your time. Now there's what we call an inverted Y in front of me, so I think I was supposed to come in from the east and land to the west, but that's okay. We do what we want. So as I come down, taking torque out, ooh, a little too fast. Taking out torque, and I'm just trying to reduce airspeed and altitude simultaneously. But the key is I'm taking my time. I'm looking out to the right for my rate of closure, and we're just going to set her down nice and soft. And there we go. Alright, so the third and final type of takeoff we're going to do is what's called a vertical takeoff. Because helicopters are awesome, we don't actually need any forward airspeed to be able to take off. So I'm just going to apply power. It's going to be pretty much my regular takeoff power, except I have to make sure that I'm not drifting laterally left or right. So I need to look forward to make sure I'm not drifting left or right. But I also need to continue scanning out my right door and make sure I'm not drifting forward or aft, right? So it's going to be kind of like a back and forth motion as I come up. Alright, so I'm going to add my collective and add a little left pedal. Come up to just a short hover here, a couple feet, and then I'm going to continue adding power. Oh, I'm drifting right. Correcting my drift. Make sure I don't drift aft. Looking back and forth. This Bell 407 is not quite as stable as some of the other aircraft with more advanced stability augmentation systems, so you really got to keep an eye on it. You can see I was drifting a little bit forward and aft, but not so bad. As soon as we clear our obstacle, which in this case is the White House with that beautiful American flag on top, we can transition into forward flight. And then what you're not allowed to do is do a cyclic dive down into the street here. And try to fly building level just over the cars. This is definitely not allowed, so we'll do a little cyclic climb and get out of here before I get in trouble. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you go check out my community tab where I post daily questions just about every day. And on these daily questions, a lot of them are multiple choice. Some of them are just fill in the blank and you can give us your answers. The whole aviation community is going to get together and we can all learn from each other in the daily questions tab. There's going to be an extra special question on Christmas Eve, and whoever has the best answer, the closest answer to that question, is going to win a $100 Steam gift card that will be delivered via email. Alright, so make sure you tune in. That's going to be posted on 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and that's going to be 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Christmas Eve. Alright, so make sure you guys tune in and give me your best answer. Again, whoever has the best answer is going to win a $100 Steam gift card. And make sure you watch more of my videos. We were able to raise $150 for the Brotalion Blue Skies Foundation in the month of November. In December, there's another charity that I'll be talking about on the Christmas Eve Daily Question. We're going to give 20% of all the proceeds from the channel in December are going to go to that charity. So thanks for tuning in, and make sure you like and subscribe to my videos and watch as many as you can. The more you watch, the more we raise for charity. So have a good one. Snak Pak out.